Consistency is the key to separation, separating yourself from the pack, but importantly, separating yourself from the kind of loser version of yourself and stepping forward into the winning, the best version of yourself. For example, welcome in fam, much love, Trav here. If you have a daily habit of exercising and drinking a nutrition shake, compared to if you take that same hour of time you spend on a hard workout and giving yourself the best food, you instead spend that time sitting on the couch watching Netflix, drinking a beer. After one day, you're not going to notice too much of a difference. You might feel a bit different. After a week, you'll notice a slight difference. After a month, you're going to start to see the difference physically. Over years, it's going to be almost unrecognizable. The difference, the separation between who you are, who you're becoming, and who you could have been, right? So welcome fam, much love, Jeff here. Hope you're having a wonderful day. I feel like I'm starting to recover from my clogged nose. It's Christmas Eve over here in Hawaii, and last year it was a white Christmas, which is cool, but don't mind the heat. I'm gonna go for a nice hike once everyone gets off work. But I wanna get you all to think about this, like consistency. There's something that I heard from David Goggins on Joe Rogan's podcast. If you don't know David Goggins, he's basically, in short, he's an inspirational athlete. He's a pretty incredible dude. Really incredible in the endurance stuff that he's been able to do. But he was saying that he has this fear that he gets to some sort of judgment, religious or whatever, at the end of his life. Could be him, could be God, but looking at his life. And he's a fat loser who sprays for cockroaches and eats a bunch of junk food, and he's way overweight, and he's at judgment, and God or whoever is reading off David Goggins, okay, Navy SEAL, ran all these ultra marathons, wrote these books, done these motivational speeches, a wildfire fighter, and he's like, wait a minute, that's not me. And God is like, that's who you should have been. So he's like, fuck, I need to separate myself, right, from the worst version that I could easily fall into to the best version. How do I do that? Through consistency. What does consistency mean? It means every day. And it doesn't just mean succeeding every day, because it's not that easy to be like, especially when you become hafted to your habits, when you become attached to the way things are, and you have repetitive behaviors. That's really hard to change, and to say that I'm going to change that, and I'm going to every day, I'm going to run every day, I'm going to work out every day, I'm going to stretch every day, I'm going to work on my goals every day, I'm going to write every day, every day I'm going to do battle, every day I'm going to try, every day I'm not going to succeed, but every day I'm going to try, right? I might slip up and stay up too late watching sports highlights on my phone when I should have gone to sleep earlier and been reading something that's more applicable to my life. But maybe I failed, but I'm going to try again today. I'm going to try again. Right. And so consistency comes in effort. And effort over time creates discipline. And it comes from willpower, a desire to succeed, desire to change, desire to be the best version of yourself, which is coming from an emotional place, which could easily be fear, which is okay. I'm afraid that I'm not going to live up to be the best version of myself. I'm afraid I'm going to get to Judgment Day and I'm going to be a sad boy, right? So for you got to look at what's driving you, and it's okay if it's fear. For me, it is partially a fear, but also I want to leave a legacy. I want to create a family. I want to make a big impact. And that's also out of for me, it comes out of a filial obligation. That's really a Chinese thing, but I look at my ancestors and be like, it's up to me now. It's on me. Y'all did some cool things, some great things, and I'm going to do my best out of duty obligation to live up for it. So where is that coming from you? And then you, what are the daily fights that you're picking, with your habits, the daily battles that you're picking. I'm working out, and I made that easy on myself with my job. Right, I do farmers markets now. I'm lifting a lot of heavy coolers, lifting a lot of heavy trays. It's easy in my work to get my workouts done. It's not that hard to eat good. So it's all about refining what I do with the little bit of free time that I have, and trying to make it productive and instructive, and not trying to, the difference between the version of me that spends an hour a day following NBA basketball and the version of me that spends that hour a day reading books and with skills to develop around my current lifestyle. Over a 5-year period, I could know all about NBA basketball, or I could know all about how to do all these cool skills and these stories in my head. And if I want to be a writer, if I want to write, then it's important that I take that route instead, because that could be the difference between writing good books and not writing good books. So maybe the happy medium is like, I still want to follow my team, and I'll draw the line and say, hey, sometimes it's okay. Right, so you don't need to cut out all the bad shit. You don't need to cut out, say, I'm never going to drink, I'm never going to smoke. Maybe it depends. It depends for you. Sometimes it's okay. Consistency creates separation. So if you are able to do it every day and succeed, over time it will create separation. But you also want to do it in a way that's enjoyable to you, congruent to you, and makes sense in your life. So if that means you're not always going to be your best, but some of the time, that's probably okay, as long as you continue to battle and be aware and to work on it and to realize, like, this is a sacrifice I'm making for comfort, for short-term pleasure. So, for you, what are you fighting? What habits are you fighting and trying to make consistent? Y'all can go ahead and share those down below. What you're trying to make happen. So, me, I'm gonna go make some phone calls now, and call my mom, call my dad. Wish them happy holidays. I'm going to stretch. I'm going to play a little bit of piano. And I'm going to do a little bit of online work. And then I'm going to go for a hike. And then we're going to do Christmas dinner. And then I'm going to go to a Christmas party in town. And yeah, it's be a fun, happy holidays. So thanks to everybody. Appreciate you. And look forward to hearing what you have to say. Much love.